Hundreds of parents gathered in central London today to demand changes to the paternity system. The march was one of several taking place across the country calling for transformation. Bryony Williams sent this report.
Buggies, babies and a bold message.
We are campaigning for better paternity leave. At the moment, we have 2 weeks statutory in the UK. It's ridiculous, one of the worst in Europe. We are asking for 6 weeks paid at 90%. So we're marching down from Trafalgar Square to Parliament Square and we're demanding that the government does better.
For those eligible, statutory paternity leave is 2 weeks and the pay is roughly £194 a week.
The Employment Rights Minister, Kate Dearden, says the government is undertaking a full review of paternity pay and leave. So the law fully reflects the hugely positive changes of men wanting to be more involved with their children's lives. And so parents can spend as much time as possible doing what matters the most, caring for their baby.
The first sort of few weeks of your kid's life are so important. You only get one go at it.
If your partner goes back to work after 2 weeks, you're just left on your own, kind of healing and dealing with a newborn baby.
We had our first child 3 months ago and my partner took 6 weeks unpaid and it was a real game changer after I had a C-section.
Just being able to be home for that 6 weeks to, like, Dana couldn't go up or down the stairs unassisted for the first few weeks, being able to help with that. I think otherwise I'd have felt very guilty.
The government says it has boosted parental leave rights to millions in the last few years and recommendations from its comprehensive review are expected by the end of the year. Bryony Williams, BBC London.
4 people have been taken to hospital after shots were fired from a vehicle in Brixton. The 4 were treated for gunshot wounds. It happened in the early hours of this morning on Cold Harbour Lane. No arrests have been made. Now, for most athletes, competing in the Olympics might be a dream come true. But for one man, the competitive nature proved to be a struggle. Reggie Barnett was 6-time British national sprint champion in the 60s and 70s. He's been sharing his ups, downs and the dark side of competitive cycling with Jadzia Samuel.
Reggie Barnett has seen historic wins, major losses and triumphant returns. The Olympic athlete and 6-time British national champion had an illustrious career in the late 1960s and 70s, but it started in humble beginnings.
There was this bike shop that just opened down the road from me and my friend's Dennis. We got a licence and we started racing as schoolboys. I said to my family, I'm going to do this. I'd like to do this as a professional. My dad said, you must be mad.
Reggie's cycling career was all speed ahead. By 21, he was competing in the Commonwealth Games, travelling around Europe and winning back-to-back national championships. He seemed to be on top of the world, but the pressure of the sport was overwhelming him.
Eventually we get to Mexico for 68 Olympics and I was flying. But in all honesty, my mind had gone a bit. I couldn't concentrate.
He was knocked out of the competition in the quarter-finals and his Olympic hopes were over. After returning home, Reg decided to swap track sprints for long-distance road racing. Now he's written a book about the ups and downs of life on wheels and hopes to share his unfiltered truth with the world. Jadzia Samuel, BBC London.
4 people are in hospital after being shot in Brixton in the early hours of this morning. Multiple shots were fired from a car on Cold Harbour Lane. One of the men, who's 25, is in a critical condition in hospital. 3 others are being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. No arrests have been made. A man's been charged with murder after a woman died in Fulham. Mehdi Madar appeared at Westminster Magistrates Court today, charged with the murder of 46-year-old Sophia Bertrand. Police were called to a property in Tyroley Road in the early hours of Thursday after reports a woman had been found with head injuries. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Rail passengers in London are being urged to check before they travel this bank holiday as engineering work is affecting parts of the network. Stations including London Charing Cross and Waterloo East will be closed from today until Monday. Disruption is also expected around London Victoria, London Bridge and Clapham Junction, and some routes replaced by buses over the long weekend. Grassroots football has long been the starting point for young players dreaming of a professional career in the game. One club in East London, Levels FC, is becoming a proven pathway to the top. focusing on developing the skill, mindset and attitude needed to succeed. In just a few years, more than 80 young players have progressed from its training programme and signed with top academies. Jay Akbar has the story.
Skills are surface level, mentality runs deep. That's the philosophy at Levels FC. It does seem to work. This grassroots football club was founded in 2018. Since then, dozens of youngsters have signed for top teams like Arsenal and Crystal Palace.
We try and recruit the best, and we try and give them the environment that's going to give them the opportunity to be successful.
This is the standard we expect, nothing less than that. The bar is extremely high here.
The levels they reach, Terry tells me, are down to a set of standards.
We want them to take away that life is not easy, and you get what you put in. So, for example, here we train twice a week. If you don't train, you don't play. If you're late, beyond a certain time, you're sent home. These are the type of values we put in, and we just expect them to work exceptionally hard.
The kids here do seem to relish the challenge.
They know we have talent and we can do different things. They want to just improve us.
I'm just all around more confident and I don't shy away anymore, especially on the pitch. I want to receive, get on the ball and express myself.
It certainly helped Sufyan. Not the most confident when he arrived, he recently made his debut for Southampton.
When I step on the pitch, I just forget about everything that happens outside. Just try and enjoy myself as much as possible.
In fact, he plays with former Levels teammate Abdul.
I need someone to push me every time I'm here or every time I'm playing football. And I think these coaches were the best thing that could have happened.
The training here goes beyond football.
Little stuff like being on time. If you're not on time here, you get in trouble. Same thing in the real world, you're not on time, you might lose your job. So they learn the life lessons here. That's why football's very, very, very important to a lot of these boys, yeah.
Because in football, like life, there are levels, and these boys aim high. Jay Akbar, ITV News.